Hey everyone, and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Ariel, and this is Ariel Astro Travels. So I decided to take a journey to astro travel and to visit all of the places around the world that are in alignment with my astrocartography. So I took my birth chart, my astrology chart, and I put it on the map of the world, and I explored all the different places that might be the best for me to live. And I knew that the city that I was living in was not the city that I wanted to be in. I was living in Philly, because when I decided to move to Philly, I decided that based on like financial reasons, what was closest to New York, like all of these, what felt like solid factors in deciding where I wanted to move. But then when I got there, it just wasn't what I thought it was going to be. The energy of Philly was very harsh on me. The first day that I got to Philly, I dislocated my finger and twisted my ankle, and I was like, what a way to enter into Philly. And when I looked at my astrocartography, it was aligned. It said that Philly is a place of accidents for me, of conflict, of tension, of unhappiness. And I was like, oh, that's why I feel like this here. New York is an amazing place for me, and there are multiple places in New York that are aligned with me astrologically. However, I've outgrown that space, and I spent majority of my life living in so many places of New York, and it has built me. New York is what built me. It's what made me grow. It's where the beginning of my astrocartography journey is. It's like my core city, right? But I'm at a time in my life where I'm looking for my home city, the city that makes me feel most at home, most at ease, that is good for my career, that is good for my spirit, that is good for my body, that is good for all aspects of me, that allows me to feel successful in multiple areas of my life. I did not want to choose that blindly like I did with Philly. I didn't know where to start when I thought about moving. So instead of choosing because of finances or because of what's closest or because of where I have friends, I decided to choose what was spiritually aligned and see how my body felt in each place. And rather than just moving to the place that astrocartography said was going to be the best for me, I wanted to do a digital nomad year and try out a bunch of cities to see which one felt like the best for me. I narrowed it down to about 5 cities that astrocartography said would be best for me, 5 or 6 cities. A lot of them were outside of the United States. I'm from the US, and a lot of the places that they were saying were overseas. And so this was going to be a journey. It was going to be a real journey of exploration. The top 5 destinations that astrocartography laid out was Oaxaca, Mexico, Mexico City, Berlin, Germany, Barcelona, Spain, and Lisbon, Portugal. Atlanta, Georgia has always been at the top of my list for astrocartography, as well as LA, Los Angeles. And those were the only 2 places in the United States, and they weren't even in the top 5. All of the top 5 places were out of the country. And so I was like, all right, I'm going to start with some of the like North American, Central American, South American countries, even some that aren't on the top of the list, but maybe are like high in energy. And I'm going to explore all of them first. And so that's how I landed in Oaxaca. It was honestly my number 1 destination. It was where I started to actually feel the Oaxacan energy. It's when I started to think about YouTubing and writing. So I'm writing down and journaling. I've always been a journaler. I've journaled my whole entire life. And so I was journaling all of this experience, and I started to actually type it up into like a combined experience to see what it's like to share this when I get to the end. It's my own eat, pray, love journey. And I didn't think I would write a book or YouTube about it, but there's so much happening that I want to remember. And so I want to YouTube, I want to journal, I want to talk more about my experience. I don't know if I want to post all of this, to be honest. As a therapist, I feel super protective and private of my life, but then I also feel like there is medicine to be shared in this journey. So I go back and forth between being super private and not sharing anything about this journey and then sharing some of it. I've created a new tag. So this is not tied to my personal Instagram. This is just an Instagram just for this travel. And same thing with the YouTube. Created everything that's like private just for this journey. And then I can determine as I go through this process how much I want to share, how I want to share it, and with whom. So you're on this journey with me. If you're seeing this, then that means I decided to share it. That means I decided to post it and not just keep it as like a video, journal, diary experience. But even if I did just decide to keep it as a video, journal, diary, and somehow you're seeing this, hopefully you'll learn a thing or two about yourself through this experience. So my next blog is really going to be about what Oaxaca was like for me, what the astrocartography said it was going to be like for me, and then what I actually felt like when I was there.